Many of us, of course, are adjusting our wardrobes to match the temperature.
For sure, including what to wear to bed for our children. Being too warm overnight can be not only uncomfortable, but dangerous. Here to take the guesswork out of how to properly dress your baby at bedtime in the summer is sleep consultant Amanda Jewson. Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
All right, let's begin with the risks associated with overdressing baby.
So there actually are quite significant risks for infants. So babies 0 to 4 months have a higher risk for sudden infant death syndrome. And we know that overheating, that risk is closely related to sudden infant death syndrome. So many of my clients, this is their first question for me: how should I be dressing the baby overnight?
Yeah. Before we get to that, sorry, when you say about temperature, what is the optimal temperature then for baby to be sleeping at?
So all humans should be sleeping between 16 and 20 degrees. So that actually is a little bit lower than you would think. So you can get something wonderful like this that actually tells you the temperature in your or your child's room. And this is a great product. It's a grow egg, and it goes red when it's too hot and blue when it's too cold.
Okay. I see you brought some apparel in. So what is the right way to swaddle? What should we dress our baby in during a summer night?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is the Tog rating. So Tog is T-O-G. It stands for Thermal Overall Grade, and it's a designation given by the textile industry to tell you how hot something will make you feel. So something with a lower number is actually cooler, higher number is hotter. So all of these items are a low Tog. So I'm looking here at the Swaddle here. This is a great option for newborn babies. So many of my clients will ask how to swaddle, how hot should a baby be? And when we think of swaddling, we think of maybe wrapping baby. You don't actually have to do that. So this has a lovely little zipper, so it zips up. Make sure that your baby doesn't break out of the swaddle, though there's options for baby to eventually have arms out. But the fabric is really, really light and breathable and not super scary.
So would you put baby in onesie and then in this?
It really depends. It depends on the temperature of the room, right? So you're gonna have to dictate how cold or hot your room are. In many Toronto homes, you're gonna have that one super hot room and then you're gonna have that super cool room. So again, having a temperature monitor will allow you to decide that.
You know, every time I see a onesie, I really want the adult version. I don't know what it is, but it's that and the trap door in the back are always the best.
What about adding devices into the room to cool it or even warm it in the winter months?
Yeah, so again, having a little temperature monitor will really help you make those decisions. If you are adding a fan or air conditioner, we never want it blowing directly at the baby. So something that gives sort of ambient coolness or heat. And again, just making sure that you are monitoring the room temperature for optimal heat or cool.
I always, tell me if I'm correct or not, but I always thought babies cannot regulate their temperature as well as we can when you're older.
That's right, they can't. A lot of their temperature regulation will come from mom or dad, right? So they're often on baby on mom or dad. So then we need to, we're picking the clothing for them that best suits the temperature of the room. A great piece of advice from my father-in-law, who's a GP, is if you're too hot, they're too hot. If you're too cold, they're too cold. It is common sense. So just, feel it out for yourself in the room.
What about your older child? How do we keep them cool in the summer months?
So older children, we want lighter blankets, maybe even just a nice muslin blanket, which is really light and breathable. But many older children are quite active sleepers. So you might get in there in the morning and all their blankets are everywhere. I still like a bigger onesie. And this is a great example of a really big sleep sack as well. So the sleep sack stays right on the child. So if you have, like my 3-year-old is a crazy sleeper, she still is in a sleep sack because we do have a cooler room. So if you don't have a cooler room, you might just want to opt for the thin, breathable onesie. This one's made out of bamboo, so it's really nice and light and breathable.
All right, now that summer is officially here, some great advice for baby from sleep consultant Amanda Jewson. Amanda, thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And we're back after a quick break here in the morning show. Stay with us.